Hey guys, Zyka here, and welcome back to another episode of Roguelike Adventures in Dungeons 2 with me. Hello, and I'm entering this episode with empty brain, no thoughts, nothing, no plan, I'm just going. So, two things. First of all, I'm going to show you. I think I mentioned last episode, I was like, oh, I might build another building. I did not do that, but I have extended the building. So, up in here, we've been having a little bit of storage issues in our little abode. And as you can see, I've moved some things around. If we actually go into all these barrels and such, they're empty. And I did not throw anything out, I promise. What I have done is made a secret basement. So right underneath this carpet here. And I did this because, one, I want to be able to, like, still walk over the floor and such, and also I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have a secret basement. And that means all of these chests here and barrels are now just going to be dumping chests and stuff, so I don't have to sit here and worry about where everything goes until when y'all are no longer paying attention, so... But yeah, I have a little secret basement here. It took me a little bit to figure out exactly where I wanted it, but I think I like it. It's just stone floor, stone brick walls, very subtle with the andesite versus stone brick. Sure none of y'all noticed, but in my head, it works, so... And I have everything organized, so I have a little bit of a smelting area over here, into some chests and a crafting table over here. I'm gonna have stones here, woods here, tools here, etc. here. Plants and mob drops are plants on this side and mob drops here. So that's kind of how the signs are going. And then each of these are also kind of sort of gonna be like dump chests, but that also depends because I have so much storage now. So like this is all my dirt. I've got like a bunch of stone type stuff, etc. Stone crafted stuff. It's like somewhat organized, not perfectly. Like, I got a bunch of wood logs here, and then anything that's just planks here, and then crafted planks here. And then even further crafted planks here. And just a bunch of stuff. And here I have, like, a bunch of the book-type stuff. Just things in a rough sense of organization. So everything should be a little bit easier for me to find. Not perfect, because I know I will forget where I put some things, but it's better. So this solves our storage issue, so if I complain about that anymore, y'all can punch me. And I think it's nighttime, so let's sleep. The second thing, we were doing a little bit of property scoping on the last episode, and I think I continued doing that off camera, and I think I may or may not have found a perfect spot. So, if we look at our map here, walked around a lot. So we were originally over here last. I did not go much farther that way. In fact, I don't think I did at all, but I decided to take a sharp left turn. And this little area here that's all pink and frilly, I think is exactly what I want. And not just because it's pink, but because if we're just going to look at the area surrounding. So this is called Skyrus Highlands. We have ocean on the back, so that's very difficult to attack us from there. Over here we've got some badlands. Very wide open, can easily see it from where we are. The only quote-unquote easy spot would be from this coniferous forest. But if I'm going to go ahead and teleport over there for y'all... In fact, I'm going to teleport over to the badlands. I want to teleport, because I want y'all to see... if it'll load. Come on. I just opened the server, so it's not happy with me about doing all this so fast. It's on a plateau! I know this is it's still loading, so it's not huge, but, like, it's on, like, a plateau, so, like, even from the side of the coniferous forest, you kind of have to go up a lot, and this is kind of exactly what I was looking for when it comes to a castle, because, like, all of the castle research I've done, which is not a lot, but I've done some, you want to build it in an area that's really difficult to get to. Difficult for other people to get to. If you know the area, of course, it's going to be a little easier, especially if you only have, like, a singular entrance that is easy to get to. But the whole thing's on this plateau. So, and like I said, this is the Badlands. It's wide, it's flat, it's open. You'll see things coming at you from a mile away. There's kangaroos down there, so that's even another thing of defense. And then on the other side is an ocean. So, and that's... No. Not the snake. I immediately fell into a hole. I'm not scared of snakes in reality, but that startled me. stay over there. Yeah, no, I'm not messing with you. Don't worry. What are you? Oh, Komodo. Hello. I know you're not good either. You're a big lizard that eat dead thing, and you hurt. Don't hurt me. Anyway, so lots of lines of defense from this side. Anyway, just from the natural fauna. And then this is the coniferous forest, which is really dense, if we want to start out with, like, a thought process of that. But still, you gotta go up the plateau that way. So I think this is gonna be a perfect area for us. And then also, because I'm gonna go ahead and just teleport up here. Yes, it's Skyrus Highlands. It's quite pretty. I will also say that. Generally, like, when I'm thinking of castles and stuff, I kind of think of more, like, medieval and things like that are not very bright and cheery. But I actually think this is kind of cute. And I want to stick with it. It's a blue wood. It's, yeah, Skyrus log. And I think it's interesting. They got pink leaves, and these actually drop apples. I think if I break this. Yeah, I get green apples from it, so it's cute. And this is a really nice, pretty blue. So, this has nothing to do with defense, but it's just pretty. But yeah, so everything's kind of like this. It's not entirely flat on top, obviously, so we got to kind of work around with that. But I think that'll also help us with a little bit of dimension, because I don't think it'd be super fun if it was completely flat. And here's the thing, too, with this water thing, I don't have to build a boat. We already have one. And as you can tell from that gray chest, I have already looted it. And it's a friendly one. There's villagers on it, actually, so there's nothing bad about it. It just had some, like, storage and stuff. I've already taken anything that was worth of value. But we don't have to build a boat, because we can now claim this as our own. Perfect. And there's this, like, cute little, like, just a tree on the top. And it makes me think of Kung Fu Panda for some reason. So, I like the tree. So yeah, I really like this area. There's also, like, a little, like, pond type thing. It's down, definitely, but that's also neat. So there's a lot of, like, ideas that I have running through my head of what we could possibly do with this. I mean, definitely castle, but, like, all of the different types of things that we can have within our castle. And this is also fun because it's going to allow me to really get into the utility. It's really going to allow me to get into the quest book finally, because I've been kind of holding off on wanting to do a lot of the, like, bigger quests, especially when it comes to dimension and travel, because I didn't want to, oh, I forgot. There is actually a village here. It's a weird looking one, and it's on a place that I can't reach. But there is one. But I have yet to see, I've found a giant, and giants or gigantes, or whatever they were called, are actually friendly. They're kind of like, Enderman, or not Enderman. What am I thinking of? They're friendly until you punch them, so don't punch them. Trying to get up here. That's not gonna work. That'll work. Oops. Too far. Too far. I'll get the... I can't do it. I can't do it. That's not gonna work. And scattered around here, I've noticed there's a bunch of these little dungeons, which is kind of scary, but they're here. So that's also gonna do that. But anyway, like I was saying, I've been kind of holding off on wanting to do any of the big quests, because I didn't want where we were to become too permanent, because I knew I wanted to move. So I didn't want to put down any portals and such, because I was going to have to move them again later anyway, and some of these portals, especially, like, even just getting to the nether, is going to be a little bit more on the difficult end, so I didn't want to do too much. So yeah, there's these, like, cute little, archways that I always forget the name of, but they're cute. They're, like, Japanese-inspired, I believe. So, and we're also in the clouds, so I'm also going to leave this up to y'all. I am high enough to where I'm in the clouds, and that is both very pretty and also can be deemed very annoying very quickly, depending on where exactly I'm building. So, like, if I'm up here, it's fine, and then if I'm right below the clouds, it's fine, because, like, down there is below, but there is this certain level where it's within. I'm gonna leave that up to y'all if you want me to turn off clouds or anything like that, or, like, if I know I'm gonna be home a lot specifically, just to turn it off then. I do like clouds, they're very immersive, but I, like, this is a little much, so... But I do think we found the perfect house finally. So all we have left to do now is actually, like, plan out how the castle's gonna be. I'm not going to build walls around the whole darn thing. That would be a bit much. But I do think we can do, like, a good chunk of it. And then maybe split it up into little sub-castles, I guess is the only way I can say it. And this also proves how much you can do with the blue. It's very pretty in here. There's even crafting tables. They have a smoker. I have yet to see any villagers, though, so I'm not sure if a grand falling has happened. It's very possible this place is very dangerous, to say the least. So yeah. But I'm happy with this, and I hope y'all will like it a lot, too. Let me get out of this. I am in a cloud, which is difficult to see. But yeah, this is also the forest, so you see you have to go, like, straight up, almost. I think the easiest space to get it would be maybe from over there, but even then. So I really like this area. So I'm gonna make sure I set a waypoint somewhere. I can teleport here really easily anyway, though, so. But yeah. And then that goes up even farther, so we can kind of have a bunch of, like, watchtowers and stuff like that, too. But I think, because this is really flat up here, this might be where the main castle goes. Or at least the main building. I've yet to actually decide any of that. I got really excited when I found it, so... but maybe the big flat area could be, like, the main big castle where we have, like, our house and cooking and that sort of thing. And then, like I said, we can have a bunch of, like, sub-castles or things that don't even have to be within the castle. Because that's the thing, too. A lot of castles, especially, like... I'm going to say the more common ones, because when you think of castle, you think of the big, grand, everything's surrounded by walls, everything's protected, which is great, but a lot of castles are actually really small. It really only consisted of maybe where the, I guess lord is the word? I could be completely wrong. It's not always king. But maybe where the lord and lady lived, and then maybe a couple servants. And they would have that main building, and then a small wall around that, and which would hold maybe some horse stables, and a, like, kind of little protected area like that, but anything that had to do with farms and such were either completely on the outside or had to be brought in anyway. A lot of trading going on. So, I'm not super worried about doing the big grand castle, because that's a lot of stuff. So, having things outside of the walls isn't that big of a deal, as long as you're not putting anything on the outside that's, like, super, wanted by others, if that makes any sense. Like, of course, food is wanted, but it's not as highly protected as, say, an actual physical person. So I think something like that would be neat, just kind of have, like, the smaller castle up here, and then have a bunch of, like, mini stuff. So, like, we'll have buildings and such, and maybe, like, a separate castle specifically for portals, I think, would be neat. So it's a little off of the ways, so, like, if we imagine, like, if things are coming through the portal, it's not in our house. So, and look how cool that looks over there, too. That was the forest that we were looking at last episode, and I do know there's a dragon here, but that's far enough away, I'm not worried about it. Like, I can't even see it from here. This whole place is neat. So, I think this will be home. I have yet to choose a style yet, but I do think I'm a little bit inspired by what's going on with those buildings, so I might... Definitely still gonna do stone and such, but I do want to incorporate a little bit of blue and white. Definitely. So these trees are gonna be helpful. Anyway, I think, now that I've talked my butt off about that sort of stuff, we do have a couple quests that I've completed off camera, and this always happens by accident. So I've traded with a villager. I have no memory of doing that. But I've done it, so I'm gonna get a loot crate. I've also found a workstation. Again, no memory of doing that, but I'm gonna go ahead. I think that's probably because I found those villagers. I also filled in a little bit more of the map surrounding us, so I went little west. And this is all Badlands, but it's all pretty much surrounded by ocean. Bunch of buildings that are very repetitive, so I didn't think too much about it. Now, there is something out here, but I did not visit it. I just swam by. And I think that's all I pretty much did, because the rest of this was stuff that we filled in from earlier in the series. But I think this is a good spot. We're also not too far from home, so I can technically build a roadway eventually. Just a cheap one, but a roadway back to the beginning. So those are claimed. What else did I do? Pathfinder, this is probably telling me I found the Skylands, which I did. Anything else? I don't see it. Nope. Farmer's Delight. What did I do here? Oh, I created a light hook. I just needed some feathers and another iron hook. I was able to do that, so let's go ahead and claim that. I also found peanuts. Great. What else? I found rice. Again, I don't know how. Storage solutions. I created an upgraded base, but I did not do any of the upgrades because I discovered that they're expensive. I don't have enough leather for anything. That and I don't think I needed really much of this stuff at the moment, but I did make the base upgrade. I think because I wanted to do something, and I don't remember. Is it the crafting? There's something I wanted to do that I didn't have access to, so we're just gonna leave that. In the mini contraptions, I found a bomb. Throwable explosive that only breaks grass, torches, and other weak blocks. Aim at a mob's feet to send them flying. I think I found that on the boat. Hostile world. I found a cockroach. They can be found underground in dark corners of the caves. They're normally scared of people. They could be fed sugar or bread to make them more comfortable. They will eat any food dropped on the ground as well. Their most unique ability may be the ability to lose their head and keep on running, though. They can be bred with sugar. Great. And I also found a rattlesnake. So it's a venomous snake native to deserts and badlands. Its location is usually given away by its distinctive rattle sound made by its tail. They bite and poison a person if they get too close while rattling. I figured that much. And then we found the Komodo. The Komodo dragon is the largest lizard you would ever see, which you could experience traveling through the Badlands. They attack almost anything, so watch out. They have a very poisonous bite. If given a very large amount of rotten flesh, they can be tamed, where they will fiercely protect their friends and are also a good mount. I can tame the Komodo? I might have to do that. Can you imagine me riding down? It's dark. It'll be fine. I'll just stick around for a moment. Anyway, can you imagine me riding around on a Komodo dragon? Especially in this land, I might have to do that. I need a ton of rotten flesh, though. And then what else did I do? Greek fantasy, Gigante, neutral until attacked, spawn in mountain areas and snowy plains, snake skin. I may or may not have killed the snake. And I also killed a minotaur at some point. Don't worry about it. I've also killed 15 zombies. And 15 skeletons, because I did go mining in between. I do know I did that. So it wants me to choose a skill experience. Now, if I'm looking at my skills, what am I at the lowest? Because I have agility, farming, combat, gathering, mining, endurance. So I think out of the choices it gives me... smithing, magic. Magic would be my lowest. But do I care about magic is the question. Definitely don't need farming or agility. Agility is not even an option. Maybe I should do archery. I'm gonna do archery. I'm gonna do it for both. Let's do, where is it? We'll do that. Look at all that archery. Probably need to practice that a little bit more anyway. Is it gonna... Okay. Close that. So that's all of the quests. Let's go ahead and open these loots. Got some paper. Got some redstone. And honeycomb. Ooh. Neat. Put that on. Okay. So yeah, we found an area, and that's the extent of what I had to talk about today. I do think, let's take a quick look a bit. One day I'll learn how to speak. Let's take a quick trip home. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this off, and here, look. Dumping my stuff. Perfect. One of the tasks I wanted to do really quick is learn about buddy cards, because there is a whole quest for them, and I was told that they're good to do. So. Oh, why did I freeze? Out of all times. Now? Really? Come on. I wanted to talk about buddy cards. There's nothing over here. Computer! Jesus, okay. I'm free. Alright, look very quickly about buddy cards. So we have any buddy cards back. It also wants us to make a card guidebook. So it just takes any of the cards and then a book. Did I get a book? No. I should have one down here, though. Yeah. I did go ahead also create a buddy card binder because it actually holds all of my stuff, which is great. And tells me how many I have of each, so I can use this because I have multiple. Guidebook. So this is going to teach me all about buddy cards. And also I got more packs. I'm just going to open those. Ooh, this one's shiny. It's like distinctly shiny. And it goes somewhere different. I have a couple shiny ones. I just noticed that. I didn't realize they were shiny at first. Neat. Welcome to the world of buddy cards. Buddy cards are collectibles you can find and collect all over your world. Happy collecting. An explanation of the various sets. Helpful items. Luminous. Enderlings. This is buddy steel. Interesting. Okay, so I've done that, and that'll give me another buddy card pack. I have gotten a buddy card back. I have gotten a buddy card binder. And that is all I have achieved. I do know those shredded buddy cards. I can do that by getting any of my buddy cards and slapping it with a knife. Where's my knife? 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 Knife. It's the dangers of what I've done, though, is I don't remember where I put anything. Okay, I'm gonna chop this guy up. Cool, shredded buddy card, got that. And that's gonna do the buddy steel blend. Which I don't know why I shredded it when I could just do any of the cards. Block of iron and block of lapis, but it only gives you one. That's kind of crappy. Does that mean I can get... No, I can only get one per buddy card. Interesting. Okay. And there's different kinds of packs. I can also do a fishing set with buddy steel, which I get from the buddy steel. Okay. This is interesting. I didn't realize I can make steel out of cards. How useful is that? Buddy steel vault? Buddy base set buddy metal? How do I get that? I must achieve that somehow. Okay. Maybe by completing the whole set, I'll get a medal. There is a list of things. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm doing it. I got a wheat. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm doing it. So, anyway, I'm just going to leave this off here. I'm going to look at this a little bit more closely in between episodes. And then I think in between two, I'm going to try really hard to plan out what I want our castle to look like. And maybe do a rough sketch or something like that, just as a rough plan, and just so you guys can have an opinion on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, please put it down in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!